Hello, everyone. Today is August 19th, 2021, and it is time for another Monster Train developer stream. I am Mark Cook, CEO of Shiny Shoe. We are the creators of Monster Train. Today, we are releasing Monster Train First Class on the Nintendo Switch. It comes out right now. In fact, I'm going to pretend to push a button as if I'm releasing it. The game is now out. It should be visible in the eShop right this second, everywhere where the game is offered around the world, which is hopefully in almost all places that you could possibly want to get it. I don't have a Switch right in front of me to go and check it out. Well, I do have a Switch right in front of me, but I'm not ready to look at the eShop right now. But it should be there. So if you are interested in playing Monster Train on the Nintendo Switch, which was our most requested platform, please go and find it on the eShop today. It is now available for purchase and for play. How do we feel? I've got some prepared things to talk about here, and always, as usual, happy to take questions. I think we feel great. We're really excited. I think the Switch is a great platform for playing Monster Train. I really like playing it in handheld mode personally. The fact that this is just a feature of the Switch. I'm only using my Switch for gaming, unlike my PC. I can just put it in sleep mode, so I could be in the middle of a run, just pause it, walk, go and do something else, come back later, and resume right where I left off. Is just super convenient. And the portability of just playing it in bed and all those things is really nice. So we're feeling good. We're feeling excited. We're hopeful, excited, but also nervous. I will be honest that for any game development team, when you are releasing a game, it is also a nerve-wracking point in time where, we kind of hope everything goes smoothly, basically. But, we've done a lot of testing. We played the Switch version a lot. I'm not going to make any claims that it's perfect, but I think it's a good version of Monster Train. And all of the gameplay, all of the core gameplay, all the multiplayer, all the features, they're all in there. There's nothing that's been removed, essentially. Grumble says it is in fact live on the US eShop. They see it. Woohoo! All right, glad to hear. And Super Gale says feeling good. Super Gale is one of our friends at Good Shepherd Entertainment, so confirming that it's available in stores in the EU. So good for our European friends as well. We went over this on my last stream 2 weeks ago, but I'll do a quick rundown of just some common questions about the Switch version. Is multiplayer cross-platform? Yes. Just like our other versions, all platforms are mixed in together. Since we're not making an action game, we're making a turn-based strategy game. Things like the Daily Challenge and so on are all completely cross-platform, cross-network, cross-play, whatever you want to call it. So if you're playing on the Nintendo Switch, you can play the same Daily Challenge that people are playing on the PC and compete against them. Are there cross saves? Unfortunately, the answer to that is no. So we don't have a cross account system between different platforms to try to link all that stuff up. So if you've already been playing on another platform like Steam and then you buy the Nintendo Switch version, you've got to start from square one like me. We're going to play the game in a second, and I've got it on my retail Switch now, and I haven't played it at all, and there's no cheats in the retail version of the game. So I am on Covenant Zero with level 1 Hellhorned and Awoken, so I'll do a run there. I think I should be able to win it, so that'll be a feel-good moment for me. So yeah, let's give that a shot. Here, just to, prove it again real quick, let's jump over. Here we are. Oh, my Switch was sleeping a little bit. So I am playing on a retail Switch in docked mode, just connected through a video capture card right now. And because I'm looking on my PC, I'm playing the game through OBS, so it's a little weird for me, not ideal, but I can prove it's on a retail one. Here's some of the other games I've been playing with my kids, and you can see my little me, looks kind of like me there, bouncing next to play Monster Train First Class, so anywho, nothing, it's not a dev kit, we're on full retail, I'm excited to have it out. TYR852 says, just want to say thank you for the great game. You're welcome, and thank you for the praise. Looking forward to whatever else you do. Great addition to the Switch. Awesome. Glitch Vision 0101. Been looking forward to the Switch release. Already on the PC version. I'm grabbing this immediately. Thank you very much. Glad to have you playing Monster Train on the Switch. All right. What else? Can I generate challenges and share them from the Switch? Yes. So, like I said, basically all multiplayer features work. There is one caveat, though. This is true for any game that has online multiplayer on the Switch. You do have to have Nintendo Online to use any of these features on the Switch, but that's true for anybody, any game that does online multiplayer on the platform. Does the game have in-game chat? Nope. Just like it doesn't on any other platform, it doesn't on Switch either. And the last question in our little FAQ is, does it have unique achievements? So the answer to that is no. In fact, it has no achievements because there's no platform level achievement system. So yeah, that's the status of that. All right, a couple of other things from common questions that have come out through the week on social media. So does the Switch version change the UI scale is essentially the question when you plug it into the TV, or is it always the same? And the answer to that one is it is always the same. So I showed off some of this 2 weeks ago. We increased the size of a lot of parts of UI so that the Switch is playable well in handheld mode. And one of the other features that I really like is we added this card zoom feature where if you press, I'm using a Pro controller right now, if you press ZR on the controller, you can pull up this zoom with humongous tooltips, as big of a card as we can possibly make. And the idea is to really make all this stuff readable as it can be in handheld mode. So we do not actually scale that down in docked mode, which is interesting. So it does mean that the Switch version has the biggest UI of all versions of the game, even in dock mode on a TV. But I personally found that I actually liked it. I was like, I hope it's not just a sign that I'm getting too old. I'm about to have my 40th birthday in a couple weeks here. But I actually like the largest scale ever for UI, even when I'm playing on my TV. So that's why we decided to just keep it as is. All right, Gaming Pits 11. Will there be further balance patches? The last was in May, so the team was focusing on the port. Yes, definitely. In terms of our work on Monster Train, we were focused on getting the Switch version ready for release. I'd say, yeah, it's possible. We're also working on a bug fix patch to bring improvements that were done for Switch over into other platforms. So now that's the current focus of the team, is to we've got all these other platforms we're targeting. There's it may not seem like many, but there's a bunch of different individual versions of the game. We've got Steam, we've got GOG, we've got Xbox One, Xbox Series, and the Windows 10 store as additional versions to get these improvements from Switch into all those other 5 versions of the game. So we're working on that now. I'd say it is possible we may do another balance patch this year. I'm not promising it, and I don't know what the timing would be, but I know that's definitely of interest to various folks in the community. I'm getting hit with the tutorial right here because, like I said, this is the retail version from the eShop. I haven't played the game, basically, or if I did, I deleted all my data. We normally, on the dev team, we play debug builds of the game. But, it's a good demo of how the game looks and feels on the Switch. So, let's see here. Alright. One thing that if you've played with a controller on the PC, that's kind of interesting is, Nintendo encourages all developers this is not focusing, to make the A button the confirm button, but, on some other controllers, it's a different button. It's where the B button is on the Switch, so you've got to get used to that being a little bit inverted for feel-wise if you've been playing on another platform. Let's see, some folks asked on social media what the frame rate is. So the frame rate is 30, which, of course, I know everybody would wish that it would be 60, and I do too. But when we first started the port to the Switch, it was below 30. So the amount of kind of animations and the 3D background parts for the train and everything meant that we actually had to do a bunch of optimization to get it up to running at 30, which it now does pretty consistently. And so, I think we're happy with where it's at. If you're coming off of a PC where you can run it at 144 frames per second on your high-end gaming monitor, then yes, it feels different. But I feel like for me personally, it feels fine at 30. You get used to it quickly. So do I wish it was at 60? Yeah, a little bit, but you know, it doesn't get in the way. You know, we're a turn-based strategy game. It's not a fast-paced action game. So you know, I think for me, 30 is fine for this game. Anywho. All right, and what was the last thing? Are the daily challenges in the Switch going to be the same as on other platforms? Yes, because multiplayer is all mixed together. It's all cross-play, cross-network. It is. All right. Let's see, what do I want to take here? I like Hidden Passage. I'm going to go for it. All right. In terms of other, you know, we're on Covenant Zero. This should be an easy run. I'll take this. Refia916 asks, do we have any plans on releasing it on Android or other platforms? That's going to have to remain to be announced. So I am not ready to announce anything today, but you never know. It's possible that there could be other things in our future. All right, let's get an Awoken unit here. Now I'm kind of regretting not taking a card a minute ago that would have worked well with the Awoken Hollow. All right, I'll go Husk Hermit. Let's see if we can buff him up. I like putting quick on the Husk Hermit, sounds good. All right, used up all my gold there. Yeah, load times on the Switch are pretty good too. I will say that basically the very first time that the game loads up some data, it takes a little bit of time, but then we cache all that in memory, so that it goes really fast after that, or at least, you know, fast enough to not really be noticeable, much like the PC. All right, there we go. Made good use of Hidden Passage already. Real quick. Lock that guy down. After playing a Covenant 25 for so long, when you go back and you play one of these earlier ones, it always feels so, I guess, the right word is, but laid back. That's what Yes, tutorial, I already know that. In fact, here, yeah, that's what I know. Down. Which we go for now? I don't think I want another Hidden Passage. I'll take a Hornbreak. Sharpen could be nice to cast on my Husk Hermit. I'll go. We need to get the Ember cost down on that, though. What should I go for here? Do I want to duplicate something? I'm just going to duplicate a card. Should I duplicate Hornbreak? I could, and then I could try to purge out 2 torches as kind of like a replacement there. I'm not going to be able to afford too much at the Merchant of Steel but maybe I can get a cheaper upgrade there. Not sure. Could also gamble on getting a card from the Concealed Caverns and then duplicating it. Oh, I'm torn here. Alright, let's try this way. Let's see what happens. Let's pick the unit first. Well, we have no imps, so that guy's going to be unplayable. Okay, let's go for the Demon Fiend. And then let's see what we get from the Concealed Caverns. Pits11 says, I'm assuming there are no balance differences in this version versus the current Steam version. No, there aren't. And in fact, based on how our game works, there can't be for multiplayer to be fair. So the balance has to be the same as other platforms because you're all competing with the same seeded run in challenges like the Daily Challenge. So you have to see the same choices, the same cards, they have to have the same tuning and so on. So yeah, in terms of game balance, the Switch is exactly the same as what's currently on Steam. Alright, what should I create here? So, spikes. I like both spikes and regen for the kind of the deck I'm building here, but I'll go for spikes. Let's go in on spikes hard. Okay. I always like this build a card. I forget what the buff effect gives us. Heal effect could be decent. Damage effect we definitely don't want. If I can just remember what the buff effect... I'll go for the buff effect. Let's see what that ends up being. Maybe it'll be rage or something like that. And do we want gold or card draw? Yeah, I want both of those things. Let's go for gold. Let's get some gold. Spikes 5 plus 10 attack and 20 gold. What? What kind of balance is this? This is ridiculously overpowered. That's how it feels at least. Oh, hells yeah, I'm taking the orb. You know it. Alright, Glitch Vision 0101. Are there any plans to bring the extra large UI to PC, or is this the same size as the large setting? Some elements of this are the same size as the large setting. However, some things are even bigger. I don't think we don't currently have plans to backport any of those changes to the PC, but we could if there's demand for specific ones. So kind of like when we started on the Switch, the basis for the Switch is like it's always in what's called large mode on the PC. But then we had to go further to increase the size of a bunch of things like text and tooltips, just because it was necessary to make the game readable on handheld modes, especially in the smallest sized Switch, which is the Switch Lite, which is my favorite one. Actually, I think it feels great in the hands. To make that kind of bigger for that. And we added features like this card zoom. So like this card zoom is something that we could backport into other platforms potentially if like people want it. I think it's kind of cool just to like admire it even. Some of the card art I think is really cool and some of the animations. But I think this is probably like pure greed, but I am definitely duplicating this old magic, so let's see how that goes for us. Alright, Daedalus. Strongest enemy I've faced yet. Watch out for triggers. This is all good information for you to have if you haven't played the game before. This is not a great starting hand here. I'll just go for this. Just hope that I get... Yeah, I wish I didn't get my Demon Fiend, which is uncastable right now for us. It is nice to get that sharpen on Prince. There we go. We got our Husk Hermit here. We've got Quick even. We've got unfortunately, no damaging spells to knock that shield off the bomb. Otherwise, we could have avoided that damage. Do I care? Alright. Feels so nice though to... Yeah, that old magic is ridiculously good. What should I do here? Okay, pass that. Get rid of him with that. Do a little old magic. Heal up my Husk Hermit to act as a blocker. Alright. This probably doesn't really matter, but... Yeah, probably not even worth doing. Alright, let's just heal him up. Alright, now I will be able to knock off that shield, so now we're not going to get hit by the bomb damage. Slight misplay, I could have damaged Daedalus with torches at least. Okay, let's give him some of that. Give him some of that. There we go. Alright, looking good. Loving that old magic card. Well, we could go for channel, like, interesting. Trying to, like, I don't think it's going to matter. You know, we should win this run, basically. But if we're trying to optimize for what we pick here, we could, by default I was going to take the Ember upgrade in just a moment so that I could cast Demon Fiend, but we could go for Channel Song instead and just use this like solely as the Demon Fiend summoning card, which is a gamble because you could end up getting Train Stewards. So not necessarily super safe. But I was going to say, if we did try to do that, I could go for card draw as my upgrade instead, which I am a big fan of card draw. Alright. Let's try it just for fun. I think we're going to be fine anyways. Don't think I want to take any more units going for this strategy. Versus Compound. We need to purge. We need to purge out some of these Train Stewards. Actually, I have a lot of things I want to purge. It's a good thing we're getting all that money. I wish I could go to the Merchant of Magic, but I think we just gotta go this way. We gotta take the purge. Gotta go to the Unstable Vortex. We want to reduce the likelihood that we ever have that hit one of those guys. At the start of turn, front friendly unit on each floor gains 5 health. That is definitely good for us. Alright, we're going for Emblem of the Exiles. Don't think I want to take another one of either of these guys, so I'm just going to pass. Dark Forge. I think just going for Brawler makes sense, and hopefully we can buff up our attack. Alright, play one more battle here. So, alright, undergo trials. First offer of trials. Armor 15 on the enemy units. I think we can handle that because we've got old magic buffing our attack power so much, so let's go for it. If only we had it in here right now. I definitely want to get that guy out of here, so there we go. Zulit, Zul 1T, any news about the next patch? Yes, the news is that it is in testing for all platforms other than Switch. So that is ongoing right now. I don't have an ETA yet for it, but it is coming. I don't know if you were here earlier, but we have a lot of platforms to bring the game out on, so it's definitely takes some time to test all of them to make sure that the update is safe. Alright, so I am going to cast Channel Song and pray that we get our Demon Fiend, but we're probably going to get our Train Steward, so let's see what happens. Oh, yes! Strategy success. This feels good when a plan comes together. Tillier Xeno. Heart of the cards, baby. Lol. Yes. Alright. Just do that. Do that. Do that. Do that. Okay, looking good. Oh, yeah. There we go. Heal him up a little bit. Okay. And we need ways to get our Hornbreaker Prince a little stronger here. He's not really pulling his weight. Alright. Let's look at this little imp. I like being able to zoom in on the art. I think it's fun. Alright. Well, thank you for joining me today. Monster Train First Class available on Nintendo Switch already. It's live now in the eShop. Please, if you're interested, go and check it out. I hope to see you online. We've got cross-platform multiplayer with all existing versions of the game, so you can compete against your friends who may be playing on other platforms. I think it's a great version of Monster Train. Super fun to play in handheld mode from bed or on vacation or wherever you might play it from. All right. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Hope to see you all soon on another stream. Bye for now.